Hello everyone, my name is Thea, and today my topic is artificial intelligence and education. I am a member in the voluntary teaching club at my school, and every weekend I will spend about an hour online to teach a child from another part of China. And the place he lives has a relatively lower education than the place I live. During the classes, we sometimes face communication challenges. He cannot always understand what I'm teaching about. So, at this time, I would suggest him to use AI for studying. And I did expect that he may be unfamiliar with using AI for studying. However, to my surprise, he did use AI for studying, but only for innovative tasks, which contrast with our intention of using AI for repetitive tasks and free up time for creativity. And he even never aware of this, which make me wonder, what is the general mindset when students are using AI for studying, especially the students with low education level? With this question, I found out a survey. According to the International Journal of the Social Science, in 2022, Berkeley did an experiment towards 55 college students about their attitudes towards using AI-powered writing tools. And to everyone's surprise that many students are using AI without much of their own thought, which could lead to problems like plagiarism and data mistakes. And this survey even only targeted to the college students, which has the high education level and high self-study ability. Therefore, the students with low education level and low self-study ability, their problem could only be worse. They are highly likely to solely view AI as a translator or a text generator, instead of auxiliary tools to inspire their own thoughts. They tend to letting AI completely replace their mind, viewing AI as a shortcut, ignoring the learning process itself, and maybe using AI for cheating. This could lead to the over-reliance on AI, like being lack of critical thinking skills and decision-making skills. What's more, students' social interaction, communication skills, and emotional intelligence could also be negatively affected, which is very necessary for their real-life situations. Plus, the immediate feedback of AI could also discourage the patience and perseverance. And this is the first part. Let's look at it from another aspect. The AI could make the gap of teaching quality become even bigger. The AI access varies significantly from the top university to the community college, which means the really cutting-edge technology are only controlled in a few high-educated people, widening up the gap of our teaching proficiency. And what's more, many AI tools like ChatGPT, Quillbot, Otter, all of them requires the users to pay some extra money for the advanced features. And you can imagine that those high-paid teachers like university professors, professional scholars, they may be willing to invest those AI tools with their high salaries to improve their teaching quality and enhance the students' feedback. However, those low-paid teachers wouldn't. Even though they can access to the high technology, their lack of motivation to pay some extra money for specific AI tools. So let's look at two sets of data to prove our idea. This is a survey towards the numbers of AI research articles across different education levels. And it's pretty easy for us to see that they are much more emphasized on high education rather than low education. They are also less focused on professional development. Let's look at the second data. Okay, here are two images. The blue images shows the current proportion of AI use of teachers, and red image shows a statistic analysis of how teachers should actually use AI to improve their teaching quality. And from the blue image, you can see that most of the teachers are still using AI solely for text generation, which could lead to shallow and repetitive content. However, to truly improve their teaching quality, they should view AI as a secondary tool to inspire them to create their own content. And here comes the biggest problem. Are we just letting AI ruin our education standard like that? Absolutely no, because all of the question above is solvable. Let's come to the students part first. To change some students' biases or the learning patterns using AI, the educators should guide students correctly, cultivate them critical thinking skills and decision-making skills. And what's more, the over-reliance on AI can lead to so many serious problems. So the most important things we should do is to combine the traditional learning with AI learning. In this way, the whole learning process becomes more efficient, more effective, and more productive. And students could actually develop their own thoughts and explore them from different standpoints, and finally, actively participate in the learning process by themselves. So, what should students actually do? Firstly, they should find a balance between the AI learning and traditional learning instead of letting AI completely replace the traditional learning. Second, they should carefully make a plan about their future schedule, evaluating their own goal, their own requirement. And finally, they should always make sure that AI is a supportive tool which is benefits for the overall development across academic journey and the real-life situations. In a short words, AI is letting the whole learning process become more efficient and more effective, cultivating students' learning skills, and finally empower students to holistic their well-being and development across their academic journey and real life. Then let's look at the teachers' part. There is a rapid diversifying trend in the teaching technologies of using AI, like the communication chatbot and related technologies, the visual and auditory technology, and immense technology. And this diversity places a high demand for teachers, requiring them to have a high level of technical knowledge and ability. And people are also increasingly expecting teachers to integrate those various tools into different teaching environments. In teachers' perspective, those influx of the AI technology could be overwhelming. So it is pretty necessary for them to regularly update their teaching methods and knowledges. And given to the above challenges, it is necessary for us to determine which technology should be prioritized and which specific ability that teachers must cultivate. In this way, the teaching program could be more targeted and more efficient, fulfilling teachers' immediate and long-term requirements. Secondly, it is also very important for us to implement a professional development plan. This plan can cover something like seminar or workshop or online courses about some basic concepts of AI technologies. And we should also establish a evaluating system to assess the effectiveness of those plans to make sure the continuous improvement and constant professional development. In conclusion, the development of AI will affect our education standard negatively. However, we can adapt to this development by adjusting ourselves, turning AI and useful tool to improving the teaching quality and education equality. Finally, using AI artificial intelligence to improve HI, human intelligence. That's all my speech. Thank you.